Welcome back to Meghan and Harry Tales, the only place where royal nonsense meets real talk and we turn tabloid tears into triumphant truths. I'm your host, Adrian, and today we are diving into the latest ridiculous drama that somehow has body language analysts diagnosing Prince Harry with a chronic case of loving husband syndrome. Scandalous, I know. Grab your tea or your wine, no judgment, because it's about to get royal and ridiculous in equal measure. The couple has faced relentless scrutiny since their relationship began. From the moment they announced their engagement, the media frenzy has been non-stop. One of the latest points of contention? Harry's unwavering support for his wife. His dedication to Meghan has been both praised and criticised. Yes, you read that right. In some circles, the prince showing unwavering support for his wife is seen as a negative. Critics argue that his support is excessive and even detrimental. It's an interesting puzzle, wouldn't you say? Why would a husband's support for his wife be seen in such a controversial light? This isn't just about tabloid fodder, it's a deeper issue that touches on societal norms and expectations. We're talking about body language experts weighing in. They analyze every gesture, every smile, and every frown to draw conclusions about the couple's relationship. We're talking about royal commentators dissecting every glance, every touch. Their opinions shape public perception and fuel the ongoing debate. The question on everyone's mind seems to be, is Harry too supportive? And if so, what does that say about him and their relationship? And what does that even mean in the context of a modern royal marriage? In an era where traditional roles are constantly being redefined, Harry and Meghan's relationship challenges the status quo. It's easy to dismiss this as mere gossip, but there's more to it than meets the eye. But the undercurrents of these critiques reveal something more profound. They touch on issues of gender roles, power dynamics, and societal expectations. They reveal deeply ingrained societal expectations, particularly when it comes to powerful men and their wives. The idea that a man can be too supportive of his wife challenges traditional notions of masculinity and power. So buckle up, because we're diving headfirst into this royal riddle. We'll explore the complexities of their relationship and what it means for the future of the monarchy. And trust me, things are about to get interesting. Stay tuned as we unravel the layers of this fascinating story. Let's be clear. The criticism of Harry's supportiveness isn't coming from a vacuum. It's being fueled by a very specific narrative, one often perpetuated by royalists and body language analysts. They argue that Harry's supportive gestures, his attentiveness towards Meghan, are signs of weakness. They suggest he's being controlled, led astray from his royal duties by his strong-willed wife. These narratives often paint Meghan as the mastermind, the one pulling the strings. Harry, in this scenario, is relegated to a secondary role. He's not the leader, the decision-maker, the alpha, so to speak. He's simply along for the ride, following his wife's lead. Sound familiar? It's eerily reminiscent of the treatment Princess Diana received. She too was often portrayed as manipulative and attention-seeking. Her charisma and global popularity were twisted into threats against the monarchy. Now it seems history is repeating itself with Meghan. And Harry, by standing by his wife, is seen as complicit in this supposed act of rebellion. But here's the thing. Why is a man supporting his wife viewed as a weakness? Why is a partnership where both individuals uplift and empower each other seen as threatening? To answer these questions, we need to delve into the murky waters of toxic masculinity. For centuries, the royal family has been a symbol of tradition, where men are expected to lead and women to follow. But times have changed. Today, many couples share responsibilities equally, supporting each other in all aspects of life. Harry and Meghan represent this modern dynamic where mutual support and partnership are key. Yet, the criticism they face highlights a lingering discomfort with these evolving roles. It's not just about Harry and Meghan. It's about challenging outdated notions of masculinity and leadership. True strength lies in collaboration, in recognizing and valuing each other's strengths. Harry's support for Meghan isn't a sign of weakness. It's a testament to their strong partnership. Just as Diana's compassion and charisma were strengths, not threats, Meghan's influence should be seen as a positive force. In the end, support and partnership are not royal weaknesses. They are the foundation of a modern, progressive relationship. And perhaps it's time we all recognize that. The criticism levelled at Harry and Meghan, particularly regarding Harry's supportive nature, exposes a deeply ingrained societal problem: toxic masculinity. This harmful ideology dictates that men must be dominant, stoic, and emotionally reserved. From a young age, boys are often taught to suppress their feelings, to man up and not show vulnerability. Any deviation from these rigid norms is perceived as weakness. Men who show empathy, who are openly supportive of their partners, or who express their emotions are often ridiculed or seen as less masculine. This is where the spare narrative comes into play. The concept of the spare is not just a royal term, but a societal one, reflecting the idea that some individuals are secondary, always in the shadow of the primary figure. As the younger brother of Prince William, the future king, Harry has always occupied the role of the spare heir. This role comes with its own set of expectations and limitations. He's the backup, the understudy. In many ways, his life has been defined by his position as the spare, always ready to step in but never meant to take the lead. And according to the archaic rules of toxic masculinity, the spare is not supposed to outshine the heir. The spare is expected to be supportive but not too ambitious, loyal but not too independent. He's not supposed to challenge the status quo. The spare is meant to uphold tradition, to follow the path laid out for them without question. By openly supporting his wife, by embracing a more emotionally expressive and modern approach to relationships, Harry is defying these outdated expectations. His actions are a direct challenge to the traditional roles assigned to men, especially those in positions of power. He's challenging the very foundation of what it means to be a man, let alone a prince, in the public eye. By doing so, he's not only redefining his own identity, but also setting a new example for future generations. And that, my friends, is a radical act. In a world where traditional masculinity is still often celebrated, Harry's willingness to be vulnerable and supportive is revolutionary. Toxic masculinity thrives on control and suppression. It perpetuates the idea that men must be strong, silent, and in control at all times. It dictates that men should not be vulnerable, they should not show weakness, and they should certainly not be seen as controlled by their wives. This harmful narrative limits the emotional expression of men and damages their relationships. Harry's open affection and support for Meghan directly challenges this harmful narrative. By standing by his wife and showing his emotions publicly, he is breaking free from the constraints of toxic masculinity. He's not afraid to express his emotions, to stand by his wife, and to forge a new path for himself and future generations of royal men. In doing so, he is paving the way for a more inclusive and emotionally healthy understanding of masculinity. So, to the royalists, the courtiers, and the Daily Fail's body language crystal ball readers. Thank you for the laughs, truly. Because the only thing more desperate than your narratives is Charles trying to get Gen Z to care about Camilla. Until next time, remember, supporting your spouse isn't weakness, it's love. And that makes Harry more royal than the entire House of Windsor combined.